Welcome into a Hail Varsity Exclusive. I'm Ana Bellinghausen, along with one of the newest faces for Husker Volleyball, Skyler Pierce. Skyler, how are you doing today?
Pretty good. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And you're just moving in at UNL, getting into the dorms. What's this experience been like, getting this transition to go to college early?
It's been really good so far, really smooth. The coaches and our teammates have been done a really good job just kind of getting us more, I guess, regulated with what the process is going to look like and just getting us into the dorms. It was really helpful having them come in and help us move in our stuff.
Yeah, what have been some of your first conversations with other girls on the team and just getting to know everyone?
Mostly just how was your winter break? How was the final? What were your guys' experiences? Kind of just talking about what we kind of have, just catching up on all the good stuff and a lot of conversation, just what we expect for us this season. We'll have a team meeting on Sunday, so just trying to get in the flow of what we expect for ourselves.
Yeah, I want to take you back to when you first decided to commit to Nebraska. What were some of those things that stood out in your early visits and conversations with that coaching staff?
So big things that stood out was that I knew I was going to have to work really hard and they were going to push me to become the best athlete that I wanted to be. So I knew that was players and coaches that I wanted to surround myself with. So that was a big part in choosing Nebraska, and just the fans, the facilities. It's pretty close to home, only 3 hours away. So those were some big parts that came into my deciding factor to choose Nebraska.
Yeah, you're from down in the Kansas area, not too far
Mm-hmm.
from Nebraska. Did you grow up knowing and hearing about Nebraska and the university and the athletic programs?
Yeah, for sure. When Nebraska came to Kansas City for the Final Four and ended up winning in 2017, that was kind of my first watching college volleyball. So that was my big introduction to seeing volleyball and what it really is at the highest level.
Absolutely. And you got to witness some pretty cool events this year as well. And I'm sure seeing Volleyball Day in Nebraska and then
Mhm.
obviously a national championship run for this team that you knew you'd be a part of. What were those moments like in seeing just the fandom of Nebraska that they have with volleyball?
Really emotional, just seeing all the fans that came out and supported volleyball and seeing that they had that support group and that Nebraska was one of the schools to kind of set off volleyball in the world, and I'm so thankful that I get the opportunity to be a part of a team that's doing that for the world of volleyball and do that for girls sports in general. And then just seeing them go on that national run, I knew that that's going to be something that I wanted to be a part of, and knowing that this team is totally capable of doing it and knowing that I get to join them and be a part of this experience is a great opportunity.
Yeah, there's going to be some great competition in that gym as well with the outside hitters that Nebraska currently has. What kind of advice have you learned so far from maybe any of the girls you've talked to, whether that's Lindsay Krause or Harper Murray?
Really just go in there and play Skyler volleyball, not really worrying too much, not trying to compare myself, just make sure I go in there and play and do my job, make sure that I know I want to go in there and I know I'm going to learn a lot from all three of them, and just make sure that anything that I can that I can learn from them or see them doing, try to put that in my toolbox so that I can apply it in.
And coming in as a freshman, what kind of mindset do you have going into those early practices and in beach season for yourself?
My mindset right now is just to go in there and be me, not trying to do too much, do too little, just make sure I go out there and play my volleyball and not really worry about too much, make sure I'm communicating, doing all the little things, and just try to play volleyball, yeah.
Yeah, what are some of the things you've worked on in the off season to improve your game?
Lots of serve receive and serving, just because that's a big part of volleyball. You can't play volleyball without either of those. So make sure I emphasize my work on that and back row defense, really everything. But those were the two things I was really harping on for my lessons and seasons.
Yeah, and you're also a basketball athlete as well.
Mhm.
Why was it so important for you to continue that basketball career along with your volleyball career?
For me, basketball was my first sport that I really fell in love with before volleyball. So it's just something that's always been there for me. And honestly, it's made me a better volleyball player, just using different muscles, being on basketball, and a really physical and very emotional game that you just kind of just get into it. So I think that's really made me a better volleyball player, not just teammate, but leader, skill-wise, all of it.
Husker fans got a little glimpse of you at the Under Armour All America game, getting some TV time even there and winning that MVP award. What was that experience like, and getting to play at a national stage with so many great players in your class?
It was a great experience. The girls were awesome, all around. We really had a great chemistry on both teams, and just all together, hanging out together was just so much fun. But then just being on that stage, it was awesome. I knew my teammates had trust in me, so it made me feel more confident in myself, which was really nice. And just being able to play with the best of the best in my 24 class was a great experience and a great opportunity.
And Nicklin Hames was one of your assistant coaches, right? How was
Yes,
that?
she was. It was awesome just getting to talk to her about Nebraska and her experiences and just really being able to bounce off ideas was awesome.
Yeah, has it been everything you've expected so far getting to Lincoln's campus?
Yeah, for sure. A little snowstorm yesterday, but other than that, pretty breezy, but it's been pretty good so far.
I want to ask about beach season as well because I think a lot of fans don't get to see it as much or hear about it. What's something about beach volleyball that helps you guys further down the road when volleyball season hits, and why is it important?
Beach volleyball is really helpful, especially going from beach into indoor, just because it's better on your body to start off with. But it forces you, it's only 2 of you on the court, so it forces you to communicate with that person, really build a connection, which is really important on beach court and on the indoor volleyball court. But you have to dig everything, you have to communicate. It makes it harder to move. So when you go in the indoor, it's easier for you to move on that flat court. So it just really helps you out learning a new sport and just trying to really builds your IQ, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what have been some of your main focuses? As soon as you get to Lincoln, what do you want to work on most when you get here with the coaching staff?
Probably the biggest thing I want to work on is really harping on my serve receive, serving, just really everything, because I know I'm going to learn so much just hearing what the coaches have to say for what they can tweak in what I do and how they want to see me improve throughout the next 4 years. But biggest thing would probably be serve receive and just really harping on their techniques that they use.
Absolutely. Anything you're looking forward to specifically in Lincoln? Anything that any place to try or just the fans? Anything that you're looking forward to?
Oh gosh, all of it. I'm so excited for all the experiences we're going to have. It's going to be so awesome.
A lot of people are going to ask if you have had a runza yet. So have you got that question yet?
No, I have not. Not yet.
Okay. So you haven't yet, but are you going to?
Yeah, I think so. Probably.
All right. You got to have the ranch with it too. So that's
Okay.
the important part. Last thing to wrap it up here, just your expectation and goals for this season. I know it's far off, but you can still, set those for yourselves and your expectations. What are you looking forward to for this upcoming year?
I'm looking forward most to just how we all really bounced back from last season. I know that they came off a rough go, almost having that title like in their hands. So I know they're going to be really focused on this season. We have a couple seniors now, so it's going to be really harping on the season, make sure we're all dialed in, all focused on the same goals. So I'm excited to see what we end up doing throughout the season.
Awesome. Skyler, thanks so much for the time and best of luck this upcoming year.
Thank you.